Hi, I'm Hayden Wilcox, and tonight we're here at Hillcrest Vineyard, where we've heard through the grapevine that one student is bringing history to a digital age.
Then, engineering students flocked to the CH2M Alumni Center today for the career fair. Find out whether they were successful in finding future job opportunities.
And finally, find out how the Oregon Hops and Brewing Archives take beer and food to a whole new level. We'll have all that and more on tonight's episode of the Beaver News.
Good evening and welcome to your Thursday night edition of the Beaver News. I'm Emily Mowry.
And I'm Nathan Hellman. We're glad you could join us this evening.
Crowds, resumes, free gadgets, and candy were just some of the things you could have seen at the Engineering Career Fair today. Students wandered the many booths of CH2M Hill Alumni Center as they kept their fingers crossed and resume in hand to find future job and intern opportunities. Students had their fair share of choices with more than 600 employers to visit. Companies varied from software to construction. Each student checked in at a designated table when they entered and were given a name tag that listed their name and specific majors. The fair had an emphasis on engineering, although it was open to all students. Students could also have professional portraits done while at the fair.
I feel like today is a little bit like going fishing, except for people. It's kind of exciting where you keep looking at name badges just trying to track, oh, there's a computer science.
It's been great. There's been lots of quality students come by our table, and it's been really good to see new faces as well as people that we've talked to in the past. So,
likability is a factor in hiring. Of course, people are looking for somebody that's similar to them. So if you can relate to them in some way, then you have a much higher chance of getting an internship with them.
It's been a very good experience. I've learned a lot. One of the guys at Intel gave me a lot of advice on my resume. And everybody's just been generally real nice and supportive.
It's been really fun. I'm really glad I came. I met some really nice people who definitely have helped me out, giving me more information within their fields, and offered me to send them emails if I make a decision with what I want to do.
Each booth featured a display that highlighted the company and provided pamphlets and brochures that listed more information about locations, current openings, and intern opportunities. Representatives stood ready and available for students to talk with to learn more about potential jobs and internships. Mementos such as pens, foam objects, or flashlights were also free to take to encourage students to remember that the company came time to applying for jobs. This career fair is one of three that will be happening in the 2013-14 school year.
Books, desks, and beer. Today in the Valley Library, the Oregon Hops and Brewing Archives shared their creative recipes to show how you can mix beer ingredients with food. The Valley Library flooded with the aroma of beer this afternoon as the Oregon Hops and Brewing Archives created a potluck of food originating from historic recipes. With appetizers, drinks, entrees, and desserts, people had a variety to choose from in order to create a meal created entirely with beer. We talked with historical archivist and creator of the potluck, Tia Edmondson Morton, about the point of this event.
My goal was to get people to think about tastes in a different way. So how can you add different types of beer to food to get different results? How can you really focus on taste as opposed to just the alcohol side of it?
Did you go to the beer event today?
I did. It was great fun. We had lots of good food and lots of nice people were there.
Oh, that's awesome. Jealous. Homecoming is taking over the OSU campus this weekend with a football game, parade, bonfire, and pep rally, and Safe Ride wants to make sure that you aren't in any harm with all of the festivities going on. Safe Ride is a service dedicated to assault prevention for OSU students, faculty, and staff. They offer free transportation to and from campus for all OSU members. Their buses run from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., and they give rides to over 70 people a night. If you are in need of transportation from campus at any point during the year, you can call them to make sure you have a safe ride home.
Are you interested in poetry, painting, photography, graphic design, or any other kind of art spectrum? If so, then the Prism magazine is looking to sample your work in their publication. The submission to enter your work is due tomorrow, but it's not too late to send them your best piece. The Prism is also making the jump from purely print to a digital interactive format for iBooks this term. If you do decide to publish your art, you will be able to see it winter term when the magazine comes out.
Wine and history have always been intertwined, and one OSU student is bringing these two elements together in a new interactive and digital way. For more on this story, Beaver News reporter Hayden Wilcox has the report.
United States.
But one OSU student is looking to change how those stories are told.
I just think we have an opportunity now to kind of transition out of the old materiality. I call it carbon-based education. It's all about paper, writing papers, reading papers, submitting papers, and all like that.
Graduate student Mike Jager believes that the future of public history resides in digital media.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. You know, people learn different ways, and for me, storytelling is incredible.
And I think that's the key to teaching history, is to find that hook, that connection that amplifies the kind of ancient stories. And in our case, we are fortunate enough to bring it forward in using modern devices.
And Hillcrest Vineyard is his chance to let this idea take root. By using public records, website data, and archival photos, Jager hopes that an interactive textbook will be a great success.
It's so much more difficult to pick up a book than it is just to sit there and listen to somebody tell their story. I think that it works with nature instead of, I should say it works with the new nature.
But to really know a story, a historian must separate fact from fiction, stir all of the elements together,
So these things, no matter what you ferment in it,
and allow the knowledge to ferment.
Man, I've never wanted a glass of wine more in my whole life. I mean, it's so fun to take part in this whole process.
Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing for Oregon historically and what you're doing for us.
Thanks for you.
That's
Thanks.
pleasure. Cheers.
Yeah, yeah.
My pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is Hayden Wilcox reporting for the Beaver News.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got a good thing here, bro.
While wine may not be the cure to your fall sickness, Oregon State is looking to help preventing getting sick at all. WebMD, a popular medical website, states that one of the best ways to prevent attracting the influenza is to get an annual flu shot. To help students and staff stay healthy this flu season, Student Health Services is offering a variety of flu shot clinics on campus throughout the month of October. The cost is $15 for students and $27 for staff to receive this injectable vaccine. There is even an incentive to get the shot. All students who get vaccinated are entered into a drawing for a $5 gift card that is valid at MU Food Retail Services.
$125 million worth of construction is happening on our campus today. But how does it affect you? We talked with several students today in the Quad about their opinions on these multi-million-dollar projects in our Thursday night segment of Questions in the Quad. So Adam, what do you think about the new construction going on campus?
I think it's really just a natural progression of growth in any campus, really. You're always going to have new buildings being built. It's just the natural progress of change, really. So I think it should be embraced by everybody. It's a little bit of an inconvenience because that used to be a very clutch parking lot that they had in there to access the library and other buildings like the MU. So the removal of that parking lot definitely adds to the parking problem. But I think new buildings is good because it just aids in the growth and development of the university.
Have you known anybody who's been affected personally by the construction, commutes, parking?
No, not really. My roommate drives, but she generally just parks in our driveway and then she'll walk around campus.
Think about the construction going on campus.
It's okay. It's kind of disturbing. Like we have to change different routes to get to our classes.
To get to certain classes.
Yeah.
Does it take you longer to get there?
A little bit, yeah. Maybe by a couple minutes.
And how about parking? Is that an issue too?
Well, we walk, so
Yeah.